In the world of Caribbean music, few names spark the kind of excitement and admiration as Alison Hinds. Known affectionately as the Queen of Soca, she has not only dominated the airwaves, but also captured hearts across continents. But her story isn't just about catchy beats and carnival anthems. It's about identity, resilience, and what it means to be a cultural icon in a world that often misunderstands the power of a woman's voice in a male-dominated space. Let's rewind the rhythm and look at the extraordinary journey of Alison Amanda Hinds, a British-born, Bajan-raised firestorm who turned soca into an international force and herself into a living legend. From London to Barbados, the roots of a Queen Alison Hinds was born on June 1, 1970, in London, England. Her early years in the UK were shaped by a vibrant Caribbean diaspora, but her life would change dramatically when, at the age of 11, she moved to Barbados with her mother following her parents' separation. It was there, on the sun-drenched island that would eventually crown her as its queen, that her cultural identity began to crystallize. Barbados in the 1980s was a hotbed of calypso and growing soca energy. While Alison excelled academically at Combermere School, one of the island's most prestigious institutions, she also gravitated toward the arts. Dance, drama, and music weren't extracurriculars for her. They were portals to self-expression. By her late teens, she was singing with local bands, unknowingly laying the groundwork for a revolution in soca. Square One, the beginning of a movement. In 1986, a then-teenage Alison joined the band Square One after being invited by founder Anderson "Blood" Armstrong. The group would quickly rise to prominence in the Caribbean music scene, especially during Crop Over, Barbados's annual summer carnival. Their blend of soca, calypso, reggae, and even elements of R&B brought a fresh sound to audiences hungry for evolution. But it wasn't just the sound that was new. It was Alison. Here was a young woman fronting a major band, with the swagger and stage presence usually reserved for male performers. She wasn't background. She wasn't decoration. She was the show. Her voice had grit and sweetness, confidence and control. And she could move, a powerhouse on stage whose presence made it nearly impossible to look away. The group released several hits, but it was songs like Ragamuffin, DJ Ride, and I that really launched them into Caribbean stardom. Through it all, Alison became the heartbeat of Square One. Fuma, the song that became a movement. Everything changed in 1998 with the release of Fuma. Originally a Surinamese folk song, Fuma was reimagined by Square One into a soca anthem, and Alison's hypnotic delivery of the mysterious lyrics, Fuma ding ding ding, became an earworm across the Caribbean and beyond. No one knew exactly what Fuma meant, and that only added to the allure. The song was infectious, primal, and full of life. With its heavy percussion and call-and-response energy, it was the soundtrack to 1,000 fates and forever changed the soundscape of modern soca. Alison's performance in Fuma made it clear she wasn't just a singer, she was a vessel for something bigger, an ancestral rhythm that couldn't be contained by language. Breaking barriers as a woman in soca. It's no secret that the soca industry has long been male-dominated. While men like Michelle Montano, Bungie Garlin, and Ewa George often lead the headlines, women in soca had to fight for every inch of stage time and respect. Alison Hinds didn't just fight, she redefined the standard. She proved that femininity and strength weren't mutually exclusive. On stage, she celebrated her body unapologetically, dancing, whining, and commanding the crowd. Off stage, she spoke candidly about the need for more women in the genre and the pressures of being seen as a role model. She balanced motherhood and music with grace. In fact, after taking a short break from music to give birth to her daughter, she came back stronger than ever. Solo stardom, Roll It Gal, and a new era. In 2004, Alison left Square One and launched her solo career. It was a bold move. Many doubted whether she could hold the spotlight without the support of a full band. But then came Roll It Gal. Written by Chantel and Sheldon Benjamin, Roll It Gal was an instant hit. It wasn't just a party anthem. It was a feminist call to arms disguised as a dance tune. The lyrics celebrated female independence, self-worth, and confidence. roll it gal, keep it tight. Every line empowered women to take control of their lives and their narratives. It went #1 in Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago and gained traction internationally. Alison Hinds had officially crossed over into solo superstardom, an international ambassador of soca. While many soca artists remain regional, Alison took soca global. She's performed everywhere from Notting Hill Carnival in London to Brooklyn's Labor Day Parade to stages across Africa, North America, and Europe. In doing so, she brought Caribbean culture to new audiences, not just as entertainment, but as art. Her sound evolved too. She experimented with dancehall, R&B, Afrobeat, and even Latin influences, yet always stayed true to her Bajan roots. She also used her platform for advocacy, especially in support of women's rights and Caribbean unity. As a public figure, she became a bridge between generations, genders, and geographies. Alison the icon, style, strength, and substance. Part of Alison Hinds' enduring appeal is her unmistakable style. Whether she's rocking a feathered costume at crop over or stepping onto a red carpet in Afrocentric couture, she exudes confidence and Caribbean pride. But it's not just about looks, it's about what she represents. She's a woman who built her career in an industry not built for her. She's a mother who didn't slow down but found new meaning in her artistry. She's a voice that represents thousands of women who were told to sit down when they were meant to stand on stages. She didn't just roll it, she owned it. Legacy, a queen beyond the stage. Today, Alison Hinds is more than a performer. She's a cultural icon. She's often referred to as the Beyoncé of the Caribbean, but that label doesn't quite capture it. Alison's story is deeply regional and global, feminine and fierce, rooted in tradition and innovation. Her influence is seen in younger soca queens like Patrice Roberts, Nayla Blackman, and Faye-Ann Lyons. But even outside of soca, artists across genres credit Alison for showing what Caribbean women can achieve when they lead with authenticity. She's also become a fixture on Caribbean television and in regional politics, lending her voice to causes she believes in, mentoring young artists, and never turning her back on the community that shaped her. In a world that often overlooks Caribbean art as just party music, Alison Hinds stands as proof that soca is more than beats and bass. It's storytelling, it's history, it's identity, and in the hands of someone like her, it becomes legacy. When Alison sings, she doesn't just entertain, she ignites something ancient, something primal, something that reminds you that joy is resistance, that dance is healing, and that every woman has the right to take up space. She didn't wait for a crown, she built it, note by note, wine by wine, anthem by anthem, and she's not done yet. Because queens don't retire, they reign.